Florence. Blamed tonight for at least 17 deaths so far in North and South Carolina. And rescuers are busy again tonight to get those still trapped to safety. This woman's face says it all as she surveys the devastation she left behind. At least 900 people have been plucked from their homes. Tens of thousands across the Carolinas and Virginia have fled their homes, not knowing what they'll be coming home to. Some people were already cleaning up their properties today.
Probably got 15,000 gallons of water. We've already pumped out 7,000 gallons.
But in some places, the rain just won't stop. Swelling waterways, including this one, the Cape Fear River. It's expected to crest tomorrow or Tuesday in Fayetteville at more than 8 meters above flood levels. A lot of that water is heading toward rain-drenched South Carolina. The state's governor is warning residents.
They have not crested, they have not even begun yet, but they will. And the question is, how high will the water be? And we do not know.
Now, trying to move around can be dangerous or in some places impossible. Paul, you and your team have seen that firsthand in Wilmington, North Carolina. You guys have been pretty well cut off.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Ian, at last word, all roads in and out of Wilmington, where we are tonight, have been flooded, and they're closed, period. I mean, it's that bad, and it's still getting worse.
It's hard to overstate the misery in North Carolina right now. It's at every corner. Consider all those snapped trees that brought down all those power lines, leaving hundreds of thousands in the dark. And consider the little things that can mean, like for those who rely on electricity for almost everything.
He's got a thing that lifts him in and out of the chairs, but we have no electricity, so he's got to sleep in his chair right now.
And as the city of Wilmington, under that relentless rain, sees a municipal lake overflow, threatening a nearby sewage treatment plant, with all that water still to come, consider something else lurking.
What are your concerns here?
The 7 gators that might be coming out of that Greenfield Lake Park.
Alligators?
Oh, yeah. Yep, they got nowhere to go, so they're above ground now.
Then there are the broader concerns spread throughout so much of the state right now as that water keeps rising. North of Wilmington, those freshly rescued from their now submerged homes, shivering and soaked and not knowing what will happen next, their lives in turmoil.
This water right here, man, it's still coming up.
How are you feeling about all this?
I don't know.
A school bus already packed with those brought in by boat, life's possessions in garbage bags, finds room barely for another. But there's still one more waiting to be rescued, a boat ride away. A volunteer takes us along through what's left of a nearby hamlet. The flooding, we're told, came overnight and came quickly. Not even enough time to drive away. Today, some were taken from rooftops. The last person waiting to be rescued, a handful of other volunteers there with him for safety, had been helping his neighbors get out all day. Now it's finally his turn.
What's going through your mind right now?
Honestly, it's pretty devastating. Hopefully everybody will get through this. That's all I know. I'm just sorry for everybody else, you know.
And with that, the final rescue from this part of North Carolina is on the move. But along what used to be Highway 210, the boat ride to safety was a somber one.
And that's one tiny hamlet in a small corner, Ian, of a state still in deep distress.
So, Paul, I'm curious to hear more about what it was like out there today and also what you expect tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we saw a lot of despondency. You got to figure that for everybody who's had power out for the past 2 or 3 days, all the food in their fridge is bad. The lineup at the one grocery store we've seen open was monster. There are lineups at gas stations. Gasoline is dwindling. So there's that. We saw a lot of power workers out looking at the fallen power cables we've seen, trying to get them back up online. And indeed, tonight, we've seen some evidence of some success. These came on not too long ago. Very good news. But with that floodwater still rising and those roads still closing, they can only fix what they can get to. So it's a problem. This ain't going to be fixed tomorrow or the next day or the day after that. There's a long-term fix coming up for North Carolina.
Okay, Paul, thank you.